So today's lesson is about how to use a centre line. I've measured 7.5 centimetres, and about halfway is where the crotch is, and the 1 centimetre is the head. So we just draw a simple stick figure. So I'll just first of all just do the basic proportions. Just block in a head shape like so. Then we just put in the shoulders. The hips will be about here. There's even distribution of weight, so the legs are there. Proportion will be halfway there, and arms will come down to about here, including the hands. So that's the very most basic arrangement of the stick figure, but we can play with it quite a bit. So, for example, we might have a figure where her hip, if it's a her, her hip is up here, and that means that the leg, the weight of the leg will come down like that. That's the knee, then come down, and her feet, or foot I should say, will be here. So that's the basic one. The weight distribution is on one leg. But there's a little extra thing that we can add in. We can draw a spine here, and we can just do an arc for a head, and we can have the head over here. Just draw a square. It's easy. Square's easier than when you're thinking. Okay, so her shoulder obviously is going to go up there. Now this is interesting. We've got an arm going down here. It's about one head length, another head length, and a hand. But she's carrying something, so we can go out here to her elbow, and then up to her hand here, and on top we can have a hand, and she's carrying one of those Greek urn things. We can imagine some old classical painting this might be. So that's the distribution of the weight balanced by this extra item. And we can put someone off balance, but I think I'll show you another way of doing it. So we can just put the head in, just rough it in there, and we can put the hip up here. The foot is here on the centre line. There's a weight-bearing foot, and this one can be out a bit. So come down here, and then it can come out to about here, and maybe she's standing on her toes there. Now, in this case, if your hip is up here and you're standing straight, so it comes down like so, and in that way we can balance the figure. So another head length, and the hand, and we can have a stand with a hand on a hip or something like that. Okay, so that's so. And okay, what else can we do? Another off balance. Let's do a side view. Okay, so we just do a side view, and shoulders here, but let's put him off balance again. And so the hip is over here, side view. We can put the head out here. I just got an idea then. Okay, put the head out here, and that way what can we do? We can just, that's his pelvis there, and this can be his rib cage here, and we can extend his arms about one head length and another head length, and he's carrying a big pot or something like that. So what will we do with the legs to create balance? Yeah, okay, so I think what we'll do is come out here and to come back, both legs on the same plane, and there's his foot there. So that way, I'll just erase that so it's clearer. That way we can balance the figure by putting some counterweight out here. Okay, so let's see if we can extend this just a bit. I want to see if we can flesh it out. I'm drawing here, by the way, on Japanese manga paper, and it's 135 GSM. We can have the hip coming out a bit further. So we're just drawing a sort of like a stick figure, if you like. Right, that's better. I put that up there. And let's have her arm go out here and go up here, and she can have a hand on her head there. Right, okay, so now we can even exaggerate that a bit more, and we can have the weight distribution from here to that knee and down to here again. And have this right out. Okay, once we've got that, what do I do with this? Yeah, okay. We could make it go up here. And there's an arm, there's another arm, and that can be her hand. Okay, so can we flesh this out? Let's see what happens. Okay, so let's make it a girl doing some ballet or something like that. Okay, just give us some hair. So the whole thing with this center line is you look how the weight is distributed on each side. Just use it as a sort of a reference. Oh, this is getting fun now. Okay, we can have that. I think I'll even push this arm right out, right up to here. Yeah, really exaggerate. That's the beauty of drawing on these small scale rectangles. I go on quite a bit about these rectangles using a sort of a grid arrangement. I'll just show you here. I've got a little video on how to actually do this, but you just make a basic rectangle, divide it into thirds and into halves, and you put these lines to go against the edge of the paper, and that way we can fit 4 quite nice size grids using this template, 10 by 8 centimeters. Okay, so things are starting to happen here. We've got a fantastic stretch here and compression here, and you can see it really adds dynamism to the pose. Something's wrong with the anatomy in here. I'll bring that a bit further there. So yeah, the pose is working really in a dynamic way. Look at that. I feel we could push this out even further. It could be fun. Okay, so she might be a ballerina and doing some sort of cute pose sort of thing. Right, okay, so here we go. Start to flesh it out. Try not to be too fussy in your drawing. These are only sketches to practice, and this is what I recommend, being rough if you like so. helps us to loosen up a bit. I was just, if you're a young person or a young at heart person really wanting to draw, I was just like you when I was 10, 11, 12. Really, I started to just, just get into art. I just loved drawing. I used to draw explosions and all sorts of things like so. But I know how you feel. You get the art bug. Andrew Loomis, you should study him. He's always going on about the art bug. Okay, so look at that. We've created a dynamic pose out of our head. Just knowing those basic proportions is all we need. All we need to know is the basic proportions, the anatomy, in other words. And if you go ugh when I say the word anatomy, if you want to be a good artist, you have to do it. You have to study it. And that's all there is to it. And it's fun, actually, because it helps you, even though it's pretty rough drawing, I'm able to get the pose, and I'm able to get the proportions because I have studied anatomy at art school. You've got head. This is a basic proportion. Okay, head, breast, waist. That's the crotch there. The hips will be about here. And from crotch we've got 1, 2, and a little bit, about 7.5 heads. Now, I've been in classes where I've taught, and some people just don't understand this basic proportion. But when you start the figure, start at the head and go to the feet and divide it. And this is the legs, and this is the torso and head. Simple procedure. Well, I'd love to go and continue drawing, but I think I better stop there. I'm going to have lots and lots of videos like this in on my channel, and I hope to see you there. We can get to know each other, hopefully. So I'll make another video, but if you like this little introduction to using the center line, I do have another video on more detail where I've drawn the figure more neatly, of course. But I don't want to teach you to draw neatly. I want you to be rough. And don't worry, you make a mistake. Maybe I put the head in the wrong place, where you can just put it in the right place. When you see it's in the wrong place, it's easy to fix, okay? Because you just can see it's wrong, so we've got to figure out how to make it right. Please support my channel by subscribing. I'd really appreciate it, and I'd love to see some comments from you, especially if you're a person who's interested in going to art school and passing that exam. I'm really designing my channel for that sort of idea, that if you want to go to art school. I actually am an art teacher. I went to Sydney University and studied fine arts, and then I went to Sydney Teachers College and did a graduate diploma in art education. So I'm here to help you. Bye for now. Thank you.